Today's video will be a walk from Starbucks to the entrance of Mactan Newtown. There is the museum building that should open sometime this year. And this is where you go if you want to get to the ATM machine. It's located right next to the Starbucks. You go down the stairs, and that is where the ATM machines are. Those are the closest ATMs to 8 Newtown condos, as well as One Pacific Residence condos. You also have an ATM at the 7-Eleven up the street there. That's the Bar Canto. That is where I video the podcast with Celine each week. And this is the Japanese restaurant. I will narrate as much as I can as I walk down Newtown Boulevard. These are the towers of 8 Newtown. This is the entrance to Towers 1 and 2. And there are two entrances to 8 Newtown. This is the Tower 1 and 2 entrance. And down the way, the entrance to Towers 3 and 4. It is around lunchtime on Wednesday. And there's the Robinson grocery store. There's one of the several parking lots that they have available. And you can contract long-term parking. Car is about 3,000 pesos a month. Motorbike about 900 pesos per month. And I think there are 3 parking lots like that. They are building a new one. I believe it's going to be very similar to that over by the Expo Center, and I brought you a video yesterday about them. As you walk, we now are at Watson Pharmacy. It's a beautiful day, by the way. 90 degrees Fahrenheit. There is Watson Pharmacy. Mega World Regional. That is Manulife. That is the parent company to John Hancock Financial, which has I believe the headquarters is in Chicago, Illinois. Civet Coffee. They tell me that coffee store, you can use their internet for more than 1 hour at a time. A lot of the expats like to sit and have coffee at Starbucks or Civet or J Coffee at LG Garden. And they're telling me that the Civet Coffee does not have any restrictions on how long you can use their internet for the day. You can essentially log on and use it for the day, where I believe Starbucks gives you like a 1 hour time limit. Let me know in the comments below if that is the fact, but that's what I heard from one expat. I believe that is a call center. That's the sales office, Mega World sales office. That's the Mactan Al Fresco right there across the way. And that's essentially is a food court. And there's the McDonald's. That is closed for the next month. I believe it's going to open sometime around October 1st. It's lunchtime. People are starting to mill around more here now. And there's the 7-Eleven right over there. That's the second 7-Eleven. Here is the McDonald's that is closed for renovation. They started renovating that McDonald's more than a month ago, and they closed some of the inside seating, and then they moved the renovation and they closed the part that they renovated, and then they opened up seating inside for about a month, and then they closed the entire restaurant. So that restaurant's been under renovation for a month or two. It's just that now it's totally closed. I was surprised. It looked like they were going to renovate it without closing it, but that didn't happen. Here's the second parking lot. This one's paved, and you could use this if you contract with any of these parking lots. You can use the parking lots interchangeably. This one's actually paved, and it's next to the McDonald's, and it's next to the bus station. That is the bar. You can buy alcohol there at Cucina Masters across the way. It is a busy Wednesday afternoon. There's the bus terminal. I'll give you a view of what the street looks like. Let's walk this way and see what we can see. This is the entrance to Mactan Newtown. And I was told they are going to be building a clinic, medical clinic, right behind that blue wall. That's the St. Nino Church. This is the entrance to Mactan Newtown. This is Newtown Boulevard. It's the beautiful fountains. Surprisingly low number of traffic accidents, even though you have this type of traffic going on. Everybody seems to yield to each other, much more so than in America. There is no road rage here. They actually yield and allow their fellow citizens to drive and enter the traffic stream, which is totally opposite than what you see in America. This is the Lapo Health Center, Barangay Health Center, and the Mactan Barangay Hall. So we are in the barangay named Mactan. And for anybody new to the Philippines, the barangay is kind of like the township back in America. And they have a lot of authority when it comes to pretty much everything with their citizens within their barangay. They have to go to the barangay to seek approval to essentially get a job. Sometimes the barangay captain acts as a quasi-judge in family disputes, land disputes, anything like that. The barangay hall and the barangay captain has a lot of authority to make decisions. It's almost like their first line of defense before they get essentially the police and higher levels of authority involved. They try to work it out at the barangay level. And there is a Jollibee within walking distance. You can see I'm only a couple of minutes walk from the Newtown entrance. And here's like a strip mall. They have a massage parlor. They have laundry. You have a lot of different shops here. This is outside the bubble, and I encourage you when you are here to do as much shopping as you can outside the bubble, because you'll find the prices are a little bit more reasonable here. I was told that these money exchanges outside the bubble will give you a more favorable exchange rate than if you exchange money within the bubble, for instance. Here's a Rose Pharmacy. They also have a Rose Pharmacy, a small version of it, within the Robinson grocery store at Mactan Newtown. Here's a Suzuki car dealer. If anybody's staying here long term, you can actually buy a Suzuki car right here. They don't sell motorcycles here, but they do sell Suzuki motorcycles, I think in Maribago, which is about a 15-minute jeepney ride from here. And here's a brand new Dunkin' Donut. They recently built this. This opened up a couple of months ago. I've never seen a Dunkin' Donut this big. They are big into their coffee shops here in the Philippines. And I've never been inside this Dunkin' Donut. Let me know if you like Dunkin' Donuts. Somebody did comment, or I spoke to somebody recently, and they said that they're lukewarm on the Dunkin' Donut coffee. They'd rather have Starbucks or Jayco or Civet coffee. So this is just outside Mactan Newtown. No. And if you're interested in purchasing clothes outside the bubble or anything, odds and ends, I recommend you go to the Happy Mart right there. There is another donut store right there as well. And you can buy fresh fruits. I usually buy my fruits 2 or 3 times a week. I'll come to one of these fruit stands and I'll buy the fresh fruit. I usually do not buy fruits in the grocery store. I buy the fruits at these fresh fruit stands. I will buy other grocery items in the grocery stores, but fruits I tend to buy at the fruit stands because the fruit prices in the grocery stores are a lot higher than these fruit stands. Just note to yourself. So when I presented my budget on a video a few weeks ago, I said I budgeted like $25 per week for fruit, and that's where I buy my fruit, at those stands. I go like 3 or 4 times a week. I eat a lot of fruit here. I think I eat a healthier food here than I did in America, less junk food. I get more exercise here as well. And this is a city bus right here. That's an air-conditioned city bus. And you can take that bus from the bus terminal all the way down to the Gasano Mall to renew your visa. And I think it costs like 30 pesos. It's an air-conditioned bus. And I think that's the best form of transportation in the Philippines, to be honest with you, are those small air-conditioned buses. You can take a jeepney, but they're not air-conditioned. They're a little more rough riding. And those city buses run all the time. Very seldom do I have to wait more than 10 minutes for a city bus, because it's very convenient being at 8 Newtown. Because the bus terminal is right there, you just walk to the bus terminal, you wait 5 or 10 minutes, one of those small buses will show up, and you have to ask the attendant that's on that bus where that bus is going, because those buses go to different locations and not all of them will go to the Gasano Mall. So when you enter the bus, there'll be a bus attendant. Just ask that attendant, does this bus go to Gasano Mall? And they'll let you know yes or no. If it does, you just grab a seat on the bus, and halfway through the trip, they will ask you for your payment. and they ask for payment in pesos, and it's usually around 30 pesos to get from here to the Gasano Mall to renew your visa. And that's one of the reasons I did not rent a motorbike or a car, is because the bus system here is so convenient and so inexpensive. And here is the entrance to the Mactan al fresco. People are eating their lunch here. They do serve alcohol here at the Casino Master. There's a pickup coffee. And that right there is where they roast lechon. And they do serve roast lechon at the al fresco every day. And here I see they have a vendor set up. Periodically vendors will come and go. This one's selling jewelry here and purses, knickknacks. Looks like they're selling replica ships of the Victoria ship that sailed around the world. Looks like they have coconut handbags. Hello, how are you? I'm doing a video vlog right now for YouTube. How much is this necklace right here?
$129, sir.
$129. I used to own one just like this. This one says $112, or what is that? $129? All right, I'll come back. I miss my necklace like that one. I went to Bahal to get this pearl one, although it's not real pearl. I'll be back. So here we are at the al fresco. And they do use this jeepney. I do see this jeepney driving around periodically. And when they're not using it, people will come here and they'll sit inside and eat their lunch that they bought at the al fresco. Right here in the jeepney, they have tables inside that. How cool is that, right? So you're living a more of a simple life when you come here. Leave your Western ideas at home is my recommendation. Get used to a lot of change. Be patient and be kind. That is your video for today. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Feel free to share the video with anybody you feel is interested. Ring the icon for notifications. Take care, everyone. Stay safe.